Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're finally gonna start Dawntrail. I also just remembered that I was planning on watching the trailer, but should I do that or not? Nah, I'm not going to because I'm not a pro reactor and I'm not like, I'm literally just gonna end up watching it and being like, oh, that was cool, and I don't care that much. Anyway, we're finally gonna start Dawntrail, and let's not dilly-dally anymore. But before we actually head over and talk to Nemgigi or whatever the heck the person's called, we're actually going to talk to Walk the Mod over here, who appears here before you start Dawntrail, after you finish 6.55. But then start Dawntrail. She actually is standing over here in, what's this place called? The Agora. Let's go ahead and talk to her first and see if she has any interesting dialogue. I think I've talked to her already and she only has like one quick line of dialogue, but we'll see what she actually says. Also, all these names and stuff are supposed to be based off of, I believe, South American culture stuff. And for whatever reason in my head, and I can't seem to get myself to do a decent South American, Argentinian, whatever accent. So I'm just gonna read most of these characters' names, unless I get used to, unless there's like an accent that I feel like I can do. I'm probably just gonna end up reading a bunch of these as just with my normal voice. And I will try and do my best to actually pronounce the places right once I hear their correct pronunciations. But if I get, like, I'm a lot better at doing an Indian accent, if you want to say I'm decent at it, than I am doing whatever accent they're going to end up doing. Anyway, let me go ahead and read this so we can get going. A shame we have to leave Tural so soon. I would have loved to visit Eorzea, of course you would. Or, at the very least, see more of Charlian. Well, what I have seen is pretty impressive, though. I wasn't expecting a city of scholars to carry such impressive arms in their shops. Well, I mean, I'd hope they would. Anyway, let's head on over to the Bedizian Annex. And I don't think it's Nemgigi, I think that's somebody else. I think Nemgigi's from the Pandemonium raids. I think she's one of the assistants to the guy. Anyway, yeah, Ojika, that's right. Let's go ahead and talk to Ojika Sinjika and get started. A new world to explore. Ojika Sinjika, it has a message for you. Welcome back, Brilliant. I've just had word from Aaronville. It seems he's managed to secure not a package. I'm not a package. It seems he's managed to secure a passage to Tural aboard a guildship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. So I believe we are bringing Kryl, I forget, I think Graha is coming. And then I think the twins are coming with us as well. But we saw that Thancred and Urianje got a message from someone and seems to be are going to be going there. And I think Y'shtola had some excuse to go there, but we weren't sure. Don't remember on that. Anyway. Yeah, why don't you wait in the main hall? Okay, let's go to the main hall, like we usually do. Oh, that looks like we got the new quest accept tune there. I didn't quite hear it because I was talking over it. Let's head in here. Let's see, do they actually have it up on the map now? Is it even on the map? It's to the south, right? Yeah, this is just Eorzea. Map of Eorzea. It's not a map of... Well, actually, no, down at the bottom here. This is Eorzea. Is this Tural? Oh, I think that's supposed to be Tural. It's way too blurry for me to tell. And then, of course, they show the other regions that they may have in future expansions. Anyway, let's go wait at the destination for everyone to get here. Also, I'm going to be doing MSQ as Samurai because I like Samurai a lot more than Dragoon, which is what I did MSQ with last time. For Endwalker. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made it ready to set sail at moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Erenvel himself. Oh, there he is. With his best friend. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound to Tural. There will be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share a deck space. Well, that's not much of a problem. That's fine, Erenville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting us off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll do in Tural, yes? Eat tacos? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tuliali is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. Just to recap if you forgot what we discussed in 6.55, which is good because I don't remember everything. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. And I get we're definitely not going to get sidetracked on this quest at all. Nope. In addition to that, Elfnode and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Tural, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another. Right, because they're kind of a hot pot of a bunch of different cultures. I think that's the wrong term. I think a honeypot is the right term. Anyway, I'll look it up eventually. How they find common ground, develop stronger ties. A sort of insight that might help our friends in Ilsabard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that it will give you the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kryl? Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter that I am wearing right now. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. Erenville. The Golden City is a child's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Sure, Erenville, sure. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind, of course not. Hoist sail and let the winds take us as she pleases. I'd prefer if they didn't, but okay. We won't make you Dawn Servant by standing here and talking about it. I go wherever adventure is to be found, sure. Let's go with that. Heh, that's what they tell me. Or at least that's probably what Erenville told her. Right then, if all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. Alright then. Let's head on down to the docks and board the ship. Right? Oh no, apparently we just gotta go outside. Right, Erenville, you want to look for that City of Gold? Don't worry, I won't judge you much. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. All right. Apparently they wanted to do a cutscene of us walking down there. With how much they were voicing post-Endwalker, I wonder how much of this is going to be voiced. Oh, we already saw one of the new races there?
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders.
You sure about
we might
that?
even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Alice, don't say that.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels.
Don't tell me we're just gonna sail right
Even
through the
following
Bermuda
the
Triangle.
safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Again, don't say that.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off!
It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
This song reminds me of the really loud song that they played in the what's it called? In Labyrinthos. After we went back there and they just played it incessantly until we got on the Ragnarok. As long as that doesn't happen again, because that was kind of just silly.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks.
Oh, there's Mom and Dad.
We sail west, as Kettenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children.
He's
as
smiling.
The continent
Oh, there's
of
there's
Tural.
Graha. I mean, somehow he'll get there. And then we got Luffy. I mean, Woke Lamont standing on the what's it called? The bow.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat.
Yeah, somehow I get the feeling that this isn't gonna go according to plan. Okay, yeah, so we are heading west. I believe, someone mentioned, I think Emmett mentioned something to the south. But yeah, we're going west first. Oh yeah, there's Tuliali right there on the map. I don't know why I can read that text. I think it's only because I know what it's supposed to be, and so I can get it close enough and figure out what it actually says. Also, man, the lighting looks so much better. Right now, everything looks slightly washed out, but then again, they're in, like, bright sunlight, so...
Smooth sailing so far?
Also, my monitor has pretty high gamma, so it doesn't look as good.
So far, so good.
Probably looks a
But
little
they
bit better
say
on
she's a fickle one.
a better monitor.
Blowing a gale the next.
Because it's a TN panel, and it's just got high gamma, even after turning it down a good bit.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
Yeah, you probably should, Aaronville. Finally, we get Cryol. It only took 4 expansions. 3 expansions?
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know.
That reminds me of how Carrot in One Piece, how Carrot was like, "Oh, I brought a change of clothes and a snack."
Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
Oh yeah, that'll get us a little bit of an introduction to the culture and the stuff. Also, I need to figure out my glam at some point. I like this white and red robes from Anabasios, but, or however you say it, but I don't have the full set.
Did you look out across these same waters, grandfather?
I mean, probably. I don't know how else he would have gotten there. They don't exactly have airplanes. I mean, like, once we get to the Aetherite Crystal, we'll be able to just teleport there, but apparently not everyone can use those. Alright then, let's go ahead and talk to everyone. Kryle's still up here, definitely go talk to her. Have you spoken with our shipmates? Tural is still a good distance away, and it might be a pleasant way to pass the time. And because the quest objective says you have to. What about you, Alize? I can feel my edge start to dull on these long sea voyages. Oh, we can fight on deck. I'm sure everybody be happy about that. How about some light sparring later? Oh, okay, I was kind of joking. But okay. Hello, Fonginante? Fongiantane. Actually, yeah, that's just 3 names there. Okay. Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. Fongiantane's the name. I was working at Esthamis Aesthetics in Ulda, you see, but my employment with them, came to an end. I see. That's why I visited Charlian, in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard a room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so Tuliali seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Well, unfortunate for you. Okay, retired mercenary. I see you in Eorzea before. You great and famous hero. Gah, I've had enough playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tural, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. How about you, burly adventurer? My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the history of the journey of the great... They said this name in the cutscene, but I forget how it said it. Ketenram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot in Tural almost 80 years ago. The Mamuljaw's leader is said to have welcomed Ketenram with open arms and sent him home with bounty of silverware as token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crop he brought back. Potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across the Eorzea like wildfire. So this is a parallel to the first people to go and get like the tomatoes and corn from, was it the Americas? I mean, this is South America, so, and then Eorzea is supposed to be like Europe, so it kind of makes sense. His grand adventure led to culinary revolution. The tales that say Ketenram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he is never heard from again. But even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. Interesting. What if we're gonna go find Araville if he's like locked up in his room? Let's check on everyone else before we... Oh, like Alpha Node right here. I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. I hope so too. What about you, spritey sailor? Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who'll be set next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. It's only me. I mean, what? There are 4 claimants in the right of succession, Yerbok Lamont being one of them, of course. But from what a Jaw bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the 3rd promise. Interesting. Let's go and talk to this Lullafell here. I'd heard Aaronville was looking for passage to Tuliali, so I managed to squeeze his party aboard one of their chartered vessels. As fortune would have it, we had just scheduled an expedition to Tural. That's a bit convenient. So was that the last person? Yeah, let's see. Oh, you can just go back to old Charlene from here. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just a bit silly to, oh, you go below deck and just appear back on the shore. Anyway, let's talk to your self-assured trader. That's the last person on the ship to talk to, I believe. An adventurer, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Ulda. Okay, I'm gonna stay as far away as I can from you. Specialty imports and exports. Eorzea and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. We've been to like Doma and like Othard. We understand that there's different cultures in this world. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of their clans. For the Makote, the Hisaro, the Hrothgar, and Zabral. Not because every member of their clan is the same race mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Okay. Interesting. Let's head back over to Kryl and tell her what we found out. Right, Kryl? Did you learn anything of interest? I learned that we can be very racist around here. I mean, what? Oh, I hadn't heard about the clan names. We should have Wook Lamont and Aaronville tell us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a bit chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. Hopefully it's bigger than like a 2x2 square. Nope, there's the storm.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you expected, considering everyone's saying, I hope we don't run into a storm.
How's your stomach?
And of course, she's
Any
seasick.
better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick.
Oh, sure.
I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Aaronville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Vieira live there?
Oh yes, I'd like to know more about this.
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Tural.
Oh right, they're gonna be bunny boys,
And
not
your
bunny
family?
girls.
I
Unfortunately.
know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother,
Ah, fun times roll.
We're in the teeth of a narrow, lads! Reef that sail before the mast snaps!
Oh dear.
Oh, just grab onto something solid.
Only Elves on watch! This wind's too strong to take in your sail! I'm pulling off the mast! We need help! Get him below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Do I have to?
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since. The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
It's enough fanboying, Aaronville.
Vuklamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
I mean, she's trying. I've heard a lot of people don't like her character in this.
By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural.
But I don't think it's as bad as Lys.
In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
I'm sure that was gonna go smoothly. Oh yeah. I don't know what made you think that. There's no conflict, there's no story. Okay, sleepyhead, time to wake up. Yeah, and this lighting does look nice. I still find the black on the hair looks a bit
Joining
blue.
us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Look at all those boobies. I mean, what?
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
I was like, can you stop saying this stuff?
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliolal's coasts.
Don't they have a really long dock? Like, I've seen pictures of the place. If they have the dock far away, is that really a good place to put a port? It seems like they would put the city.
Us all this way.
It seems like they would put the city, if they're going to make a port city.
We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway.
Wouldn't they like choose a place where they could dock?
If anything, it should be us
Anyway.
thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down.
Yeah, I think they're betting against you.
Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Well, there's the tune that they play on the title screen. Pretty blue water.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
There we go. Okay, yeah, they definitely can't put you. They can't do ships there. Tural, Tuliali, or Turial. There was no I at the end there, was there? Has there never been an I? Have I just been reading it wrong this whole time? Wish they were running it jazzy with this soundtrack. Yeah, definitely a lot more South American, Central American influences from this, like a lot of Aztec and Incan. Maybe not Aztec, but Incan for sure.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
And again, it is supposed to be a huge mix of cultures, so...
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu
Oh,
feathers
yeah.
in that color before.
It's very, exotic.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tuliyollal are still few and far
Okay, there is
between.
no I on there. I don't know why I always read it as I. With an I at the
And
end.
as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
No, this isn't Charlian.
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
Yeah, I'd rather sign the forms. But seriously, this isn't Charlian. That's a mustache.
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tural?
I mean, we're not raising trouble, but we are here for that.
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
How did they not immediately recognize her?
Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
I'd hope so.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part?
No?
Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tural.
Tuliyola. Okay, that makes more sense. I don't know why I was reading as Tulioli. Guess that's just how I accidentally read it once. All right, looks like we got a bunch of people to talk to. Let's go ahead and do that. What an amazing city! As lively as Ul'dah, and even more colorful. Ul'dah's a bunch of shades of brown. What are you talking about? According to Erinville, the Vanu I thought I saw belongs to a clan known as the Hunahunu, or Hanu. That makes more sense. It seems they share more than a physical resemblance. The Hanu instead of the Vanu. Interesting. I wonder what kind of trouble the soldiers were expecting. Ah, it's so nice to feel that familiar breeze again. I wasn't sure my stomach could make it. Yeah, sure, walk Lamont, sure. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. I like this song, but the horns are a little bit loud. You've arrived in Tuliyola. You can return to the city anytime by speaking with the Sprightly Sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charlian. Alright, it's nice actually getting some experience. Hey, let's talk to everyone again, see if they have anything new. What kind of soldiers? Yeah. Amazing city. According to Erinville, yeah. Okay, Erinville, you got something new? I would ask if the journey tired you, but I'm sure you've endured far worse. Oh yeah, I have. Right, welcome to what's next? The nation of Tuliyola. Well, being on solid ground has improved Woklamont's mood. Her stomach appears to be lagging behind. Yes. Right then, first things first. Getting a barf bag? I, still feel a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. Right, we're gonna get a tour of the city, like we did with Old Charlian. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We were wondering who these strange folks were. So the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Woklamont, Are you unwell? Not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my handpicked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the right of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone would be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have the tendency to, command a respectful distance. But you're so easy to approach. That's actually a win. And I enjoy it so much more when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, Third Promise. They did have a point. Wok-Lamont is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean, technically? I suggest we move in 2 groups, so as to attract this attention. Just technically ignoring me, then. See, best friends. Brilliant. You and Kryl come with me. I'll take the twins, then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. Whatever you can go and find them if you go wander around. That voyage was hard on us all, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wok-Lamont's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Sure. Yeah, I think we should wait a second. Tural. Okay, Tural isn't going anywhere. Let's give Wok-Lamont a little more time. Here, Wok-Lamont, I'll help you out. There it is. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as you were already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Erinville already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from the inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Tural, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant ships in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Wok-Lamont and Kryl now accompanying you? Yeah. Normal following mechanics. Yeah, we did this in Endwalker a bunch. Alright, so where are we going? Ah, right there in the middle. Can I actually attune to the Aetheryte yet? Let me go ahead and do that, try and do that real quick, just in case. Can I climb the ladder? Because it would be a lot easier for me to just teleport here instead of Old Charlie. Then again, Old Charlie would probably be a bit cheaper. Then again, either way, I'm going to probably be using an Aetheryte ticket. Yeah, okay, good. It's not like Rads and Han, where you end up, you get there and then you can't attune to the Aetheryte until you get farther in the story. Anyway, let's head on over to the Convenience Circle and learn more about the Bayside Bevy. that motif in the song. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliali's largest marketplace. I just said the name wrong again. being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh, right. I should mention that here in Tuliolal, we buy things with Pel, a currency that Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your gil, and that's how they explain how gil works here. Just like what they did in the Crystarium, where they're just like, oh yeah, gil's our currency just happens to be exactly the same as gil. That one was a little bit more contrived, but like this actually has like a logical explanation for why they would actually accept real gil. This is where is it a k or is ch? Meki. Another market to the east here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the looks on your faces. What, is it gonna be the, is it gonna be the aetheryte crystal that I've already attuned to? It wouldn't surprise me. Man, I got out of the feeling of actually seeing other players around after Dawntrail released. But let's talk to Lamont, see what she wants to show us. What do you think of that, eh? What, the aetheryte crystal I already attuned to? Goodness me, do you have aetherites in Tuliolal? I think I was reading this capital L as an I, which is why I kept on saying Tuliali. I think I told you before, but my brother, Koana, spent 3 years studying in Charlie, and that's right, she did say that in 6.55. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us the knowledge of aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, and had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again, and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Tural. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume Post on the way though. That's the headquarters for the Landsguard. Oh right, and then I already attuned to it, right? Yes. Or I didn't say that there. Yes, it did. Let's head on over to, looks like there's actually a speech bubble over here, so let's do that. And yeah, all the small aetherites are kind of out of the way. So I'll just get those whenever I run by one. Also, I wasn't supposed to go down those steps. Oh yeah, that's a steep slope. Wonder if we can have a race down here. We can get some, what are they called again? So box cars? Just run them all the way down here. It's a bit steep though, and it doesn't look like the smoothest ride. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Oh yeah, we ride a wagon down this. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. Well, I mean, you are a Lalafell Cryle. I understand now where Lamont gets her endless endurance. That reminds me of, in Haikyuu, one of the lore reason that Hinata has so much energy is because he bikes to school uphill over a hill every single day. And same with, he did that in middle school and high school. And then it also reminds me of how, in Yoramushi Pedal, or however you say it, the Onida ended up having a ton of endurance on his biking because he rode his bike from Tokyo to, I think it was Tokyo to Akihabara, which is like 10 miles or something almost every day. So like, no wonder he's gonna be pretty good. Let's attune to this real quick. Or have a bunch of endurance for cycling. Alright, so what did she want to show us here? Here we are, Bright Plume Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliolal and preserving the peace. the Landsguard, are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally, Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zalal Jah took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Interesting, okay. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... Well, I'll discuss with my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alfnerd and Alazay should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Skygate. It's right to the northern end of Talon March. Oh, right, where is that? Oh, right there, okay. She said it was over by the exit, didn't she? Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokhu. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually 2 separate continents. Tural, the southern island of the mother, Tural, the northern island of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. That's kind of like how the sun and moon mythology in the Zalia al-Ra culture in the Azim Steppe. Actually, there's a bunch of cultures that have like the mother and the father kind of thing. And that's just another example of one of them. Legends say it used to be one of the great landmasses, but long, long ago, the 2 gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the great impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. It sounds like how Punk Hazard ended up becoming Ice and Fire with the Lava Guy and Akinu and I can't remember his name. The Fire and Ice guy in One Piece. The guys in One Piece. And how they ended up turning Punk Hazard into a Fire and Ice land. A familiar sounding tale. I'm put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. Who the heck are those? It'd be pretty funny if that's what she said. But getting back to Tural. Those lands are also part of the Tuliolal nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of 2 continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa... She says Papa with a little bit of a longer... Papa traveled to the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve that peace he built. What, does she think that the other brothers are gonna break it up? But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Yeah, but why would you say that? Crossing the bridge, I think she was supposed to make a joke, but that sounded like more like self-deprecating stuff that she's kind of mentioned before. Crossing the bridge to Tural requires a special travel pass. Well, can you give me one? Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the Rite of Succession is over. Somehow I get the feeling that we're going to get one of those permits before the Rite of Succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. Yeah, I get the feeling... I'll hold you to that. Then I'll make sure you win. Mark my words. I wish we could go there right now. Yeah, that's boring. You really mean that? Heh. Woe to anyone who stands between you and an adventure. Alright, let's wrap this quest up too. Tired from all this walking? Take a moment to rest. No, I don't do that. And we'll continue the tour. Sorry, Woklamon, I don't do that. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliolal is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I mean, Cryo, where have you actually been?